Testing, testing, testing. Make sure everybody can hear me. Welcome to the Cures and the Code with your boy Ty Data, the Cyborg. Today we gonna be going in, and we going all the way in today. And if we have enough time, I'm gonna open up the lines, cause we going in. But first, let's go ahead and get our shout outs and our promotionals out the way, and that's probably gonna take about half an hour. First in the building, we got Wallace first in the building. Ooga Ooga out there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What up? What up? We got Chuck in the building, Derek in the building, Aboriginal TV Chief Ether out there. We got Gretchen out there. How you doing? We got Ty Hawk in the building. What's up? We got Copper Tribe in the building. We got a Rising Aboriginal in the building. What's up? That name's tight. We're gonna have to mind you up. That's a nice name. We got Reginald Green up in the building. What's up? Chief Holidays out there in the building. So we going in today. We got the official Mr. Dark Brother 1. Your live stream is not official until you see that. Yeah, we going in pretty deep today. So again, we going in on the cures in the code, DNA genealogy, exposed, monopoly genetics. It's finna get real. It's finna get real. Part 2. This is also part 2. A lot of people might not know what that means, but part 2, that means it's going to be another one. I did part 2 first, so the next one is going to be part 1. I know the sleep people ain't going to get that, but y'all on the vibration, y'all know what's going on. Just a little something for them. But we're about to go in. But first off, let me go ahead and check my levels real quick. Make sure my levels up good, and then we're gonna go in and do our promotions real quick. What we got over here? Let me see. Okay, we good on that. We good. We good. It looks like levels up. So let's go ahead and get our promotionals out the way real quick, and then and we finna get it in. Okay, let's do this. First up, in the description box, you will find the link for the Lakeisha Network Recall Center. Shout out to everybody at the Lakeisha Recall Center. Those of you who's not familiar with the Lakeisha Recall Center, what the Recall Center is it basically every day, every couple days, there's products that comes out that have been recalled, and so some of these products is very deadly to our people. And so you can find them at Walmart, Walgreens, Dollar Store, corner stores, all types of different products, even your cars, computers, they get recalled. And so we have a little watch team that recalls some of the products. And so you can go and check them out. This is something, I think this is a habit you might want to be able to teach your kids at an early age to check out and watch out for some of the recalled products, because you might mess around and bump into some. And if you do get a lawsuit, don't forget to look out for the little guys. And shout out to us. So we have something we have something that has been recalled on September 30th. Tip Top Priority ink recall ready to eat. So they got some meat or something that's ready to eat product due to expose. Let me see. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on it, and let's see what's going on. So this is the little ready to meat eat from Washington. So you can definitely go check that out. See if they have that in your, you know what I'm saying, in your town. And you can also leave a little comment. Let us know what you think. We definitely appreciate that. They got water, different types of things. I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, go check it out. They got water, drinking water in California, with certain type of toxins and things like that. So this is some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely check that out. Um, yeah, definitely go check that out. So they talk about more than 7 million California. What, 7 million? Man, that's more than two countries put together. But yeah, so definitely go check that out. Now next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go hold on, I'm overloading a little bit. So now next we're gonna go into the Lakeisha map, and this is for the First American Council. These are our different regions, and as you can see, we have about 5 or 6 different regions, and each region is responsible for itself, and we also work and interact with each other by downloading the declaration. We ask you certain questions about where region you from, and so definitely hold on one second. um Definitely go and download the declaration, check out the declaration so you can know what this channel's about. Sometimes you might think we just a bunch of clowns because that's the outfit we wear. Sometimes you might think we some bunch of bums or some weirdos. You could think whatever you want, but there's massive amount of work that's going on in the background, whether you like it or hurt your feelings or not. And so if you want to know what we're about, the first thing you should do is probably download the declaration, check it out. If you feel the declaration represents you, then let's keep it real. Let's build. If you believe it does not represent you, then feel free to add whatever clause or whatever you want, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you want to add, and then let's build. The whole point is let's build. And so we have broken off due to the Lakeisha app is allow us to see ourselves on the map and where we at. This is an outdated map, and so this is the map that we're going to use. So we have more pings up there than that now, and so, as you can see, we break off different regions. And so, once you type in your region, once we get a certain amount of people, we're going to start breaking off into these different little regions. And then these different little regions is going to kind of get their own little structure and their own little cells together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start operating and networking region and things like that, with different type of commerce and different type of things. And because certain things might work in one region that might not work in another. So uh definitely you might want to do that as well. And then we have the hemp seed oil, and it should be a link in there, and it should be a link in there. Simply hemp, hashtag HB Naturals. There's this that there's one of the sisters. I'm trying to get on the show so she can teach me a little more about this stuff. But if you into that and you want to support her, definitely go check her out. The link should be in the low. If not, at least go to hashtag Naturals. And we're gonna try to get the sister on, and so that's gonna be our sponsors today, and we out here. So here we go. We're about to get it in. We in for a ride. Let's let's go. so so we do got a lot to talk about, but we're not gonna get into everything promotional. I'm gonna try to keep it straightforward because we got a lot of promotional stuff coming up. We have a 30-day run. If you like my content, if you like my show, you can catch me out on just hashtag the Kodaks. Just hashtag DAKODEX, hashtag the Kodaks. Those of you who what I'm saying, who like my content and trying to get involved in some stuff, go over there and go over there so we can start get some other building and stuff going. What I'm saying. So shout out to all the members of the Fat Thousand League. We out here. We got some definitely good news, and we testing the network. What I'm saying. And we finna do a 30-day test, and this gonna be monumental. Now let's go ahead and get into the monopoly genetics, because now let me start from the beginning. Start all the way from the beginning. I got a lot of stuff I kind of want to talk about. So if I'm all over the place, just let it go. First off, let me give my disclosure. The stuff I'm about to reveal to you, um, it is not for you to know. It is for you to understand. It is for understanding purposes. Um, but it is my own personal. Some of it is my own personal calculations and my own personal conclusions. Um, and so that means, are you in Ohio? Yeah, definitely check that out. You up here? You up here with me? You in the Midwest? So you in the Midwest region? So you up here with me? We got who we got up here? We got me. We got Lotus up here. Um, we got Clamadiva up here. We got the brother Balance 440 up here. We got uh we got Zoe, we got Zoe Taylor up here. We got Miss Love 5458, Miss Lita up here. Our Dark Brother, yeah, Dark Brothers up here. So we got a squad up here, y'all. We got our own region. You see what I'm saying? And so that way we don't have to carry the weight of the whole planet on our shoulders. You see what I'm saying? We just worry about our region. And then when we get together, we click up with different regions. You know what I'm saying? And then those regions will we would then scatter out of America when we ready, and we would then scatter the world. You know, different regions would then scatter the world. And so it's complicated, but it's very mathematical. It is very mathematical in what we're doing. But definitely check it out. We out here. Um so let me go ahead. Um so when it comes to this genealogy, when it's come to this DNA genealogy test, not DNA, or not just DNA testing, because nowadays you have to be very specific, because when you say DNA fake, some people try to spin you as if you're trying to say DNA doesn't exist and they don't have nothing and they're not doing anything. So when it comes to DNA genealogy, I'm about to break that down. And if I am wrong, please teach me, because I am no expert, but I am a critical thinker. And so my critical thinking only goes as far as what I know. So I can only paste together what I know. If I don't know something, then it can't be part of my equation, because I don't know that. But for what I do know, it's a it's about to get really interesting, and it's about to get very interesting. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not here to offend you, but I am here to call out some of the stupid people as well. As you can see, I got my Aboriginal hat on. You know what I'm saying? Representing originaltribalwear.com. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all already know that. Originaltribalwear.com, that's the official, you know what I'm saying, tribal wear. So we're about to go in. Now, everybody know me. That's my role. I'm the math guy. I'm the mathematical guy. And so when I'm going at it with the so-called Pan Africans, whatever, excuse me for the label, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I'm talking to. I'm not talking about the diaspora and people over in Africa that never heard of us, and the guy over in Detroit that don't even be on the internet, and all the people that's doing what they supposed to do, and the people out there that got schools, and the people out there that's doing stuff. We're not talking about y'all. We're talking about a specific group. And if you don't know that specific group, then you just gonna have to stick around for a little bit. But and so I get on these guys a lot by not having any math, because they go around spitting these stories with these mythical creatures and these these big monkeys, and they got little weird little names for them and shit, and they think they sound educated, but they sound domesticated. There's a difference. So we're gonna get into that. And so I always, talk to these guys about having math and mathematical mathematical about they theory, natural selection, random mutation in that, or random selection, or whatever it's called. Okay. Now, I actually looked into the theory a little bit, and they actually have a little math in it. Now, that plays in my favor because now I get to check the math. And so, where they math come in at it come in as something that they call population genetics. Now, population genetics it has mathematical probabilities, and the math is there, and it makes pretty mathematical sense. But what people don't understand is that when you have mathematical probabilities, it also exposes your motive, and it also exposes the purpose of what you're doing and why you're trying to do it, and the whole overall scheme of things. And this is why most of these people avoid math, and they rather argue on Harriet Tubman and what Brad Pitt said last night, and things like that. They actually get into some real hardcore math. But I'm going to break down their math today of their populated genetics. It's nothing more than monopoly genetics. That's exactly what it is. It's called monopoly genetics. They are splitting the earth based on genetic material, trying to say which part you get based on your genetics. You see what I'm saying? And it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So So I'm going to expose that. And then the DNA test goes along with the monopoly genetics, because now when you take a DNA test, it tells you where your monopoly board character is supposed to be from. You see? And we're about to break that down. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. I will be your best friend if you can correct me. But if you get to talking cornerback monkeys and things like that, you're gonna lose me. So it's better off just mathematically correct me. So this thing about populated genetics, okay, that they have is that they track this genetic marker thing, right? This genetic mark, and so they they split it off into certain populations. You see what I'm saying? And these populations now supposedly be able to inhabit these lands, because they said that they get to have these lands because these genetics was here or live here. You see what I'm saying? And so what our brothers and sisters is doing is they are literally giving away our planet, because they are under a educational spell, and they think they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're saying, and they don't know what they're doing. And so today, I'm gonna have to break that down. Now, first thing you need to understand is when you hear these guys say that we are the first humans, okay? You hear some of the Pan African brothers and say, "Oh yeah, we are the Homo sapiens, and we are the first humans." Now, you have to understand what are they saying in the more scientific way. Now, in science, the first um the first is usually a prototype. Okay, so they're calling us prototypes when they say we're the first human. They don't know that because because they think they smart, and they took on they took on a whole lot of spells, like they spelled. I mean, they did a number on our educated people, and I used to believe that our educated people was the key to to us doing something. But I'm slowly realizing that these educated people is the people that's holding us back from doing stuff. And this is a little creepy to me because I don't know how we supposed to do it if ain't no highly educated people around. So now I used to look up to your degree. Now I'm scared as hell of your degree. That shit scares me. Cause you don't have the ability of free thinking. So when you go around and say, "Oh, we are the first human and we are the first Homo sapien," you're calling us prototypes, bro. So then you're saying the second and third human, they're the real human. We're just a prototype. We're a vessel. So instead of saying that we are the first human, you need to be saying we are the only human. Now, when you say only is a mathematical word depending on how you use it, what you put in front of it, and what you put in the back of it. You see what I'm saying? Because you can put an I in front of it or a we. You can put multiple words. So it is a mathematical word, but it's a very tricky, twisty mathematical word. So when you say we are the only humans, not the first human, that's your first mistake right there. Is when you say we are the first human. You are insinuating in science in the science world that we are prototypes. We just the little first little version, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of monkey a little bit. And then you know what I'm saying, and then the other ones came, and then they're the humans. No, we are the only. There's only one human. There's only one. So let's get that straightened out. Let's get that straightened out first. Now that we got that straightened out, you can begin to see their story, and the population genetics go hand in hand with their DNA, with their DNA genealogy, their DNA, they monopoly DNA. You see what I'm saying? They monopoly genetics, and so how does the population genetic works is that they take these different migrations, and they don't really say how many, but they take these migration and they take these migrations and they trace them with little patterns. And these little patterns have little mathematical dates on them. They have dates on them. They also, you know what I'm saying, they have dates and they have times on them. So that's where you get, and they also have land on them. They have land on them. Now, when you go through the mathematics of the monopoly genetics, the first thing you need to understand is that what is the purpose? The whole purpose is this: to place them on our planet, and most of all, place them in Europe. So that's the goal. The goal is to make sure that they are attached to this planet and that they default uh, on Europe. And so when our brothers and sisters are speaking about this stuff, they don't understand that they are solidifying these people's role on our planet. And Europe, Asia, whatever part of the planet that you looking at, uh, it was inhabited by us. And I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by us. Now, let me see. We got 42 people in here, so we good. So let me slow it down a little bit. Now, when it comes to population genetics, when it's time to hand out the land, they want to hand out the land um based on your genetic type. So you N1B1, you get that one. You H1TR, whatever, you get that land. We get this land. And then when it comes to Naya, they say, well, Naya is N1B1 or whatever, so she get this land. You see, she's a Tanzanian, she's the Polynesian, and they got all these little names to dissect us up, and so they're playing monopoly with our genetics. But this is one of the things that's most important, is that if Donald Trump and David Duke and Bill Gates got together, hypothetically, and they said, we're going to exterminate all Aboriginal people on the planet, who do you think will be on that list? The Australians will be on that list. The Polynesians will be on that list. The Tanzanians will be on that list, or whatever little island people you trying to say Naya and Luzia is, whatever little island you want to put them on or whatever, they're going to be on that list. And guess who's going to be at the top of the list? The quote unquote African American is going to be on that list. Now, check out the logic in that. Okay? When it's time to divvy up the land, oh, we need proper genetic testings, and now we're playing genetic monopoly. But when it's time to split your Kool-Aid pack, we're going with old-fashioned lookership now. Genetics don't mean nothing. We're going with lookership. So if you look like them, it's a wrap for you. Now, check out the logic in that. You see, check out the logic. When it's time to divvy up the land, oh, you need proper genetics. When it's time to wipe you out, we going with old-fashioned lookership. Now, see, our educated brothers and sisters don't understand this because they're very domesticated and they don't understand this way of thinking. You see, and we over here telling them it doesn't work like that. This is ours, and they're over here playing Monopoly Genetics because they on the board. They got a little piece on the board. They got a degree on the board. So they ain't trying to hear all that open dialogue stuff that Chief Holiday, Black Lotus, and them be talking about. They ain't trying to hear that. They got a $50,000 degree, man. They need to go. They trying to put the genetic pieces together and place you where you at. You see? So, but by checking out the numbers, you can understand the game that they're playing. And Monopoly Genetics is what they're playing. Now, I want to make sure that this Monopoly Genetics get out, at least to another generation. If you are in the future and you hear this video, maybe you might be a kindergarten right now as I'm speaking. But when you get in your 20s and if you happen to hear this video, some of us was out here and we was looking out for you. And chances are you're not going to fall for the Monopoly Genetics, because when it comes to exterminating our people, they go into lookership. But when it's time to hand out the land, populated genetics, game on. And we not having it. We saying we not having it. So we was out here. And we still going to be out here. And hopefully some of the information that I am speaking to you can be understood. It is not to be taken as if it's information for knowledge. It is just to be understood. Your decision of what you hear is up to the individual. So, yep, they made it up. They made all this stuff up. We finna get in all that. We finna break all that down. So now you can understand when you're talking to these educated people that they don't know what they saying. They sound like weirdos. You see what I'm saying? They sound like, now what actually what they did is they made their weird ways look normal. They made their weird ways look normal. And so this is why it's very hard to detect and understand what's going on, because they make it look so normal. Example. You ever listen to two hardcore dudes from prisons talk, and they make things sound so normal, and even sometimes it makes you not even realize what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Cause I got cousins. Some of my cousins is hardcore. You know what I'm saying? And they in and out of prison all like that. And you hear them talk, they be like, "Yeah, man, young Mookie, man, went to the club, man. He pulled out a big thing. Bow, domer, bow, dome, bow, dome. Then he went to the back of the alley, grabbed dude, Kool-Aid pack. And then they be like, yeah, man, you know what, man? There's a new movie on Netflix. And man, it was kind of dope, man. I seen it last night. It was this bad little chick in there. You be like, hold up. Now I just made that sound so normal. You see what I'm saying? I just made that sound so cool, maybe even a little educated, and I just made that sound normal. But let me rewind and let me tell you exactly what I said. Now, I just said a brother named Mookie walked into a club, pulled out a big gun, and shot some people in the face, and their head came off. And then he shot another person, and his head came off. And he shot another person, and his head came off. And then he went in the back in the alley, and he took a knife and he split a dude's throat from ear to ear, and blood spurted out. You see, now, as you can see, the first time when I said that, I made that sound so cool, and I made that sound so smooth, and I made it sound all normal. You see, but when you break that shit down, it's like, bro, like what? Like, and then you finna watch a movie after? You see what I'm saying? And that's what the educated people have been put under a spell. They have been put under a spell for some of this weirdo normal stuff. And this weirdo stuff, and to them, they make it seem so normal, like it's okay. You see what I'm saying? Now, to reiterate, I'm gonna give you a real life scenario. Real. Now, that was a made up scenario. Let's get a real one. Now, for example, they use something called natural selection and random mutation. This is one of their holy grails, and this is one of the things that they talk about. But that's already been debunked 1,000 times, and I ain't even gonna get into that yet. I'm gonna save that for the scientists later. Now, so when we have a baby, for example, we already know the hair texture, we already know the eye color, and we have some emphasis on the skin color. Now, there's nothing random there, okay? Because what I will call that a program. You're programmed to have those features. Now, sure, some rarities can happen, and you can mess around and have some albinos, or you can mess around and have some twins, or you can mess around and have something different. It's there because you know what I'm saying. It's there, but on the normal everyday when we have a baby, we know at least two things on a almost a 100% basis of what's going to happen. We know they're going to have dark hair, and we know they're going to have brown eyes. Some people can have light brown, and we know that there's nothing that's natural, and that's called a program, because our genetics is programmed. Now, when it comes to Europeans, they have no clue of what their hair is going to be like, and they have no clue of what their eye color is going to be like. They don't know. You see what I'm saying? So you can have a red head with a blonde head. They can have a black hair baby. You can have two blondes and they can have a red head. It's random. So I want to know: is that random selection, or is that random mutation, or natural selection? Which one is that? because that is not normal. Okay? That is some weirdo shit. And so what they tend to do is they tend to make this weirdo ass culture and they normalize it through the education of the educated. So now you got people walking around telling some, oh yeah, that's natural selection and random mutation and blah 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 and blah blah. Bro, that's weirdo. Okay? If you can't determine your baby eye color and you just gotta wait and see, bro, that's weirdo. If you can't determine their hair color, we just gotta wait and see. That's weirdo. But according to the educated, it's just natural selection and random mutation. Keep along, move along, nothing to see here. It's some weirdo shit. Okay? And then what they did is they using our educated people to teach us to and normalize their weird old stuff. I remember one time, this is real. I remember one time I went to my wife's school. Well, actually, my wife told me, and she said, "Oh, because she's like a teacher, and she's a teacher, and so she said, there was a little kid in my class. He got two different color eyes, and I was like, oh, that's weird, you know what I'm saying? And so she was a little weird out too, you know what I'm saying? And you know, but she has to act normal, and we have to act normal because of this weirdo activity. So I don't mean to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just keeping it real. So one day I go up to the school. I forgot what I was up there for, either because something I was doing. I was supporting her, and my son was going to be going to the school. The little white boy, the little boy came up and he looked at me, and he had two different color eyes. Now this is creep. It was very creepy, but I have to act as if this is normal. So I'm creeped the hell out on some Marlon Wayans on scary movie type of shit. But I'm what I'm saying. But I'm an adult, and okay, and so I'm going looking at books and looking at desks and doing little stuff, and I'm creeped out. I'm like, that's a little boy in my mind. I'm like, that's a little boy with two eyes. That's weirdo. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just going along as if it's normal. There's no problem. Nothing to see here. Now, there's a lot of weirdo stuff that's going on, and a lot of weirdo stuff that's right in front of you. But when you hear it through the eyes and the mouths of our so-called educated people, it's their job to try to make it normal to you. The Australopithecus and the Ethicopithecus, and it's just the A1 and the B1. The shit sounds so sophisticated. You be like, man, bro, going in, bro, and you don't even know that bro is a weirdo that's taken up for a weirdo and trying to normalize this weird ass mutation and this weird ass mutant ass shit, and they sitting there trying to scientific, poetic Shakespeare some shit to you, and just can't even see it's weirdo. Okay? So, but I need to know, if you don't know what color your baby eye is going to be, is that random mutation or is that natural selection? Because I don't have that problem. I can go out there and get any baby I want, and I can guarantee you at least three things. They gonna have these lips. They gonna have dark hair. They gonna have, what I'm saying, brown eyes. I can guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it possible? Is it possible? Is there a possibility that I can have something weird? Yes, but it's called something weird. You see what I'm saying? I would call it something weird. If I had a baby with a different eye color, I'd be like, okay, it's my baby, but that's weird. You know what I'm saying? But no, they're going to make it normal for you. Now, so before I break this down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on my screen. I got to take a quick break. And we're going to go on my supercomputer because we finna break down Monopoly Genetics. Be right back. Okay. Okay, testing. 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 Can you hear me? Testing. Testing. Here we go. Here we go. We're going in. First off, here we go. Now let's talk about some of the characters that they have made up. And these people that's going around, you know, spewing these so-called educated garbage as if it's real. Now, as you can see, they got this monkey man and this monkey creature supposed to represent a whole entire population. So they find one skull in a certain area, and then they name the area, and then they section it off and give it a country and say, oh yeah, that's Venezuela, and then they say, well, this monkey creature populated this area. They don't know that of one skull, and they don't know what type of what the skull was from. They don't know what type of weirdo that's attached to that skull. They don't know that. The whole point of it is for monopoly genetics. It's to slice up your planet. This is the whole goal. It's for monopoly genetics. Understand what I'm saying? Now, so they take this creature built like an NFL cornerback, right? Got six packs, all buffed up. You know what I'm saying? Deion Sanders, Terrell Reeves looking. You see what I'm saying? Those of you who don't know what a cornerback is, when you look at American football, there's a person called a wide receiver, and his job is to go run and catch the ball. The cornerback is the guy that's his job is to stop the running back from catching the ball. So they usually built a certain way because they gotta be faster than the cornerback, and then they gotta, you know what I'm saying, they gotta be able to tackle you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they be out there 1-on-1. So this thing is built like a cornerback, y'all. And they going around, and then they give them little pedophile names. Sound like, you see what I'm saying? The Autoleucopithecus, the Homo erectus. Sound like a priest in the children's, in talking about some children's games, like some kids games. Hey, today kids, we're gonna play Homo erectus. You see what I'm saying? And if you be good and you win, you get the ride on Homo sapien. You see what I'm saying? Then they give them these little pedophile names, and they made these creatures up. But man on man coverage, somebody said, yeah, they got they got this Terrell Reeves. Matter of fact, we gonna rename this thing. We gonna rename it. You know, uh, Dion Reeves, right? They got Dion Reeves out here, and then they got people out here teaching this stuff as if they know that this was a whole entire population of one or two skulls. And then they closed it off. Keep in mind, they closed it off and told you what he'd inhabited. So this was his land right here. Because remember, it's a monopoly game. So now that they found this skull, they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you his area, his slice that he get to have. So so the Dion Reeves, if there's a certain section. There's a Reeves Island. We gonna call it Reeves Island. Okay, that works. So Reeves Island, he's assigned a certain section of Africa, and they told you what section it is, and then they gonna tell you when he left. You see what I'm saying? And then when he left, when he left, he became another one. So I don't know who will win in the fight. Homo erectus of Optolopithecus. Who y'all think will win in the fight? Because dude look like he could catch a football with his foot. You see what I'm saying? He get a sack and an interception at the same time. Who you got your money on? We got Couple Girl. Couple Girl, who you got your money on? Optolopithecus or Homo erectus? Oh no. They both sound like they pedophiles. So anyway, because remember, this is very important. Remember, we're playing a game of Monopoly. These genetics. It is a Monopoly game. But for some reason, that the so-called educated or the so-called woke, I guess they too woke to understand what's going on. But I'm finna break it down for you. But keep in mind, this is to be understood. Okay? And if you find something, please teach me. Please teach me. Now, I'll be your best friend. So they got these creatures, right? And this is the biggest creature of it all. Is that they got a creature called the Neanderthal. Now, this is where everything in the populated genetics that they have and the monopoly genetics, this is where everything is exposed. And this is how, when you check the math, you get to see exactly what they're trying to do, and you get to see the goal, because the trait is there. You can look at the code. The code is right there, and if you know what the code is for, you know what the code do. And if you know what the code do, you can see clearly they play Monopoly. But here we go. So they got this creature called the Neanderthal. Now, we inhabited the whole entire planet. They was all dark-skinned people. Anything I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go back at least. I'm gonna go back about 9,000. Anything 9,000 years on up, you can bet your bottom dollar that was us. Now, how you know it was us? Because we're not recessive. So unless you can tell me there was a 10,000-year-old recessive creature, because recessive goes hand in hand with their mutation. So it's kind of like cars and tires. You can have a car, but you ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing unless you got wheels on it. So you can have a you know what I'm saying, you can have a light-skinned person, but it ain't a white person unless it got their recessive genes in it. You see what I'm saying? Or some type of disease or some type of weird characteristics. So when they make these creatures look like them, you know what I'm saying, without any proof, the whole goal is to place them here and to place them in Europe. And so our educated brothers and sisters don't know that, because they don't even know how to get an alternative. They don't even know how to give an alternative theory. They don't even know how to calculate the math that they went to school and they told them. They just go with the flow. And so this is really what makes them dangerous. And I know it's some weirdos out there, and I know some of you weirdos are dangerous. I know some of you thieves, bums, whatever. But at least you have a decency to see something weird and call it out. You see what I'm saying? Now, so this Neanderthal creature that really doesn't exist, okay? It doesn't exist. So I know that might make a lot of people make a lot of people scratch their head because I hear people talking about the Neanderthal gene and all this and all that. There is no such thing as the Neanderthal gene. Actually, there is, but that's what they named it. They named it the Neanderthal gene. Okay. Now, what the so-called Neanderthal gene uh really is is nothing more than a one of those Down syndrome type of genes. Now I'm gonna call it either the ghost gene or I'm gonna call it the Down syndrome gene because we all carry it. We all have it. You see, everybody on the planet carry this gene, this Down syndrome gene. Now I'm not saying that it's exactly that gene, but it's because what we have and what they had thousands of years ago, I can't put a name on something that they had, uh, just without without more scientific evidence. But everybody on the planet carry this Down syndrome gene. We all have it. You see what I'm saying? It's pretty rare with us. And this is a melanated sister, a young sister right here, and she has her mother and father was melanated, and so they baby had the Down syndrome gene. Now is how this gene they took this gene because it is high in them. They have a high level of this gene. But what they called it is they made up a creature called the Neanderthal. And they gave him this gene. And then they turned around and said, this is why they're smart. Oh yeah, the Neanderthal gene makes you smart. The Neanderthal gene make you think better. So what they did is they took one of our Down syndrome genes that they have a lot of, switched, gave it, put it on, attached it to a character, and then turn around and say the character was some type of more intelligence because of this gene. You see what I'm saying? So when these guys is going around talking this Australopithecus and all this stupid stuff, they don't understand that what they're doing is they're doing nothing but putting the pieces together in monopoly genetics where they supposed to go. So if I told you, okay, you live there, we found that skull here, that skull is attached to this land. This genetics is attached to this land. Naya was this, and she was attached to this, and Lucia was this, and she's attached to this and attached to that, and everybody have a landmass based on your DNA and genetic type because they're playing monopoly genetics, you guys. Now, we're gonna call this gene a Down syndrome gene. Now, if you look at our brothers and sisters with the Down syndrome gene, you would notice something that stands out to them that might look a little familiar to you. You would notice right off the bat that they have chinky eyes. You would notice that. This is very common amongst men, women, little girls, and babies, whatever, that have Down syndrome, is that they have chinky eyes. Now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna kind of how I'm gonna put this? How I'm gonna do this? Um, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of put some pieces together for you, and it is to be understood. It is not to be taken as fact, and it's not to be taken as truth. It is something to be understood. Now, everybody know chinky eyes is synonymous with Asians. So Asians also carry a high amount of this gene as well. Now, they don't, as I told you, the education system done took this gene, gave it a character, and then flipped around and said it made them smart. Yeah, I get you too, man. I think some of that sometimes too, bro. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that too. We gonna get into that too. Now, hold on. Let me fix myself up. What's going on over here? What's going on? Why I'm looking bad like that? Hold on. What? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Now, just here. Hold on 1 second. How I'm looking? How I'm looking? Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and fix my. Let me go ahead and fix myself up real quick. Um, because I'm kind of doing a lot on a thing right now, so it might be moving a little slow, but just but let me get it in. So, whoops, whoops. Okay, no, let's take that monkey, man. Okay, okay, whatever. We're just going ahead. We're just going ahead and leave it like that. Now, as you can see, the cheeky eyes is synonymous with Asian people. Now, this is how my story goes. Okay. Now, as we um uh our people all over the planet have certain types of ceremonies and certain types of spiritual practice, and depending on depending on what you eat and what you drink and your activities and your habits, it can enhance it can enhance your chances of having a defective child, especially when a woman is pregnant. Now, when a woman is pregnant, if she drinks liquor, her chances of having a defective child is very high. If she smokes cigarettes, the chances of her child having some defect is very high. Now, I don't know what actually activity that can enhance your Down syndrome chances, but there is some. I don't know it, but I know it has to be something that can enhance the chances. I just don't know it, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it or if you look it up, um, the scientists or whoever will probably tell you, oh yeah, you stay away from bloodified meat or something. So there's different types of things. Now I'm just gonna call it the Down syndrome gene, just to make it relatable to us, because our lives and our habits is different from thousands of years ago. So whatever genes that they carried and whatever they was drinking or eating while they was pregnant, or ceremonial dishes and things like that they was doing, whatever they were doing, it was enhancing their chances of having defective babies. Okay. And I'm just and just and just to keep it real, I'm gonna say enhance their chances of having Down syndrome babies. So I'm gonna say that again. If if a pregnant woman, just it can be a healthy pregnant woman, she can be healthy, Okay, within her pregnancy, if she drinks things like liquor, if she smokes cigarettes, if she smoked crack, even marijuana, some forms of marijuana or certain foods. I heard, you know what I'm saying? I heard you can't have cat litter because we used to have a cat. And then when my wife got pregnant, we had to get rid of the cat because I wasn't finna change the litter, and so they supposed to stay away from cat litter. There's a list of things that pregnant women needs to stay away from when they are pregnant. And the reason why the list of things is there is because it enhances their chances of having different types of defective babies. Now, whatever they was doing way back then, and whatever the pregnant women were eating, or were pregnant the women, whatever the pregnant women were drinking, they was enhancing their chances of having these defective or Down syndrome babies. Now, we all carry this gene, and we carry a certain amount of it. We carry a low amount of it. You see, we carry a low amount of it, and this is I'm gonna get on that later because this is how they know this is how they play the Monopoly. I'm gonna break that down later when we get into the Monopoly game, the Monopoly genetic game. So now whatever they was doing over there in the Asia area, because this is the area that they say the genes come from. They say the genes come from that Asian area over there. But that Asian area over there, those was us too. Okay, a long time ago. Those was us too. There was, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't recessive. And they wasn't like they you know what I'm saying, and they wasn't like Asians today. They was us. And so whatever ceremonies and whatever they was drinking and whatever they were eating, especially when they were pregnant, it was enhancing their chances of having Down syndrome type of babies. Now, when you look up the like the structure of how they was, um, like the king, the queen, or whoever they was, because those was the people who was in charge of the ceremonies and who was able to rich enough to do the ceremonies and who was able to keep the ceremonies going, and whatever they was drinking and whatever they was doing is probably started in the king palace or whatever. I don't know what to call it, the emperor's house or whatever they had, the medicine man, whatever they had. The more upper echelon people couldn't afford these drinks and these foods. Now, once they start having these babies, due to ceremonial practices and whatever they was drinking and eating, these babies became the ceremonial babies, and they didn't know that these were defective babies. You see, they didn't know, like, okay, these babies, uh, these babies is defective. Hold on, man, what's going on with my stream? Hold on 1 second. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I get it. Hold on, man. What is going on? Hold on, I'm having some problems that I need to take care of. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. So when they was having these little defective babies or whatever, they thinking that these babies is some type of some type of special babies, and so this is the genetics. When it comes to monopoly genetics, this is This gene is how they splice everything up through this gene right here. I'm gonna break that down in a second, but I'm trying to fix up. Um. Okay, there we go. I got it. I'm trying to fix up. I'm trying to fix the computer up real quick. 1 second. I'm trying to get everything put in place. Okay, here we go. Now, now these genes is the genes that they are tracking down, and these genes is how they're able to find and split off everything, and how they get and do all the stuff that they're doing. I'm gonna explain it in a minute, but I wanna work up to that. So as you can see, these babies, you can see their you can see their eyes. Now you would notice that this guy eventually becomes this guy. Okay. Um, and then you can see. Let me see who else we got. Who else we got? Uh, then you can see this little girl eventually becomes this little girl. Now look at the eyes. You can look at the bags. You can look at, you see what I'm saying? You can look at the bags. You can look at like you can see they carry like these little bags. The one brother over there, he got Down syndrome. He's mixed, but the other two people they wasn't. And you can see they still carry those same Down syndrome eyes that we have. They ain't left. They still there. You see? And so this gene has become, you know, noticeable over there in that area, and they say that they have, a older. They found the older skull. They say they found the older skull over there in Asia, and they say that's where the such and such a gene had came from. So remember, the monkey man came out of Africa and he went over there to Asia, and then all of a sudden this new gene pop up. You see, but the gene was there the whole time. The only thing is that due to customs, they higher their chances of the gene coming out for whatever ceremony or whatever they was giving a pregnant women or whatever they was doing over there. So we all got the gene. They're not the only people with them. We just have a low amount. We got it. Ours is just not activated, and it doesn't activate as much. You see what I'm saying? So as you can see, that those eyes from the Down syndrome babies, they still here right today. They ain't left. Now, when you look at their monopoly genetics, and they break down the genetic pool, and they attach it to a landmass. They give the Asians Asia because of a skull that they found that had a high amount of this gene. And Asians today carry this old amount of genes. Because remember, the Asians carry the old one. The Europeans carry, not even the Europeans, my bad. The Caucasians carry the new version. So this is how they can tell the Native American, because the Native American carry the old version and the new version, and this is how they get the Native American. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. If you don't, I'm gonna try to wrap it up real quick so you can check the video out later. Now they give it credit to the Asians and the Asian landmass of where this gene is very dominated at. But what they're not telling you is that we also carry this gene. It's some weirdo shit to us. We got it. and they know we got it, but it's some weirdo shit to us. It's not normal to us. Cause it's like a it's like a Down syndrome baby to us. But to them, it is normal for them to have anywhere from 7 to 3% of this so-called gene. They call it Neanderthal gene. That's the name that they gave it, and that's the character that they made. But there is no recollection of some Neanderthal character ever living. Some 80 million year old white man walking around that's recessive. That's recessive, picking up sticks. So that is a mythical creature. Okay. Anything over 9,000 years, it looks like you. And if they want to play Monopoly genetics, we ain't having that. Because when it's time to split over all of our throat, you going with old fashioned lookership. And this includes some of them dark skinned Cambodians. Oh yeah, you look like them. You gotta go to. Some of them Indians, yeah, you pretty dark over there in India. Yeah, you pretty dark. Y'all going to. African Americans, so-called African Americans, you already know we first on the list. Everything in Africa, they killing everything in Africa right now as we speak. So they going with lookership on that one. But when it's time to hand out the land, now they want to play Monopoly genetics now. Oh, you need E1B1 to be here. Oh, let me see your Indian blood card. They got IDs for genetics, bro. Like, yeah, let me see your ID to see your genetics. They got Indian blood cards. So they got genetic cards to give you a land. They're playing Monopoly with our genetics. And this whole place is ours. Hands down. Quit playing with the weirdos. And the so-called professionals, and they're gone, bro. They not coming. They don't like you. They don't like us. We're dumb to them. We're idiots to them. They don't like us. They're not coming. They're not helping. Forget it. It's done. So get you and your drunk ass uncle and just do it. Just gotta make it happen with whatever you got, because the educated, they're out. This is it. Today the weird ass, uh, uh, Chief Holiday angry ass, Black Lotus trolling ass. That's it. That's it. Sorry. Shit. This is all we got, y'all. Like, let's keep it real, because the educated is not coming. They go. They don't understand Monopoly genetics. And I'm breaking it down right in front of their face, and they say they don't even have enough capacity to even understand it. Let alone do the math on it. You see? So as you can see, now the Asians carry the oldest amount of this gene. Now when you go towards supposedly Europe, they carry a different amount of this gene. And you can tell they have the gene, they have anywhere from 7 to 3% is very normal to them to have this gene. And this is what DNA genealogy is all around. Is all around this gene. And I'm gonna break it down to you. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. I would love to be corrected. I will be your best friend if you can correct me. Um. So the whole genealogy is around this gene. Now, me personally, I'm kind of a weird dude, so I kind of believe that they trying to take these genes and they trying to create something with it. They trying to create some type of um some type of species with it, or some type of enhanced creature with this gene. I believe they trying to take the gene. It's all around. It's all about this Down syndrome ass gene. They trying to figure out how to get rid of it or how to get more of something about it. So this is how it works. So we got Nighthawk in the building. When Nighthawk sending his DNA, the first thing we need to do is we need to check to see his level of Down syndrome gene that he had. Now, Don't be misled about Down syndrome gene because that's the name I gave it. We can call it the ghost gene, whatever the hell it is. It's not Neanderthal because the Neanderthal just made that shit up. Just like I just made up Down syndrome gene. They made that one up. So if you can use Neanderthal, you better off using man. At least a black man said it if that helps because we both made that shit up. So 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 first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take Nighthawk DNA and I'm gonna check to see his level of this gene that he have. Now, if he have anywhere from 2 to something percent, I know he's gonna come back African just based on this gene. You see what I'm saying? Just based on his gene. Now I know he have it because we all have it and we all carry it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna abstract this Down syndrome gene and I'm gonna see how much he. I'm gonna see how much he have. Now keep in mind, the highest amount is around 7 to 8% is the highest amount that you can have. But we attend to have a low amount of it, so we going down to the maybe 1, 2, or a certain such a percent point such a percent. So if I know that, I already know this guy is gonna be on my African he's gonna be on my African monopoly board because he got a low amount of this gene. Now I don't even need to know him. All I need to do is find that gene, and then I can put him. I'm placing him right on the Africa Monopoly board. Now that I got him on the Africa Monopoly board, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross reference. I'm going to cross references this Down syndrome gene to see how old it is. Now, if it's a certain age, then I'm gonna give him a little Asian, or a little, or I'm gonna give him a little Native American with that. You see what I'm saying? But right now that he's on the African Monopoly board, so now all I have to do is I have to find out where to put him in Africa because he carries a certain amount. He carries a certain amount. So it's 100% he's an African to them. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out okay where I'm gonna place him on the Monopoly board. So now I'm gonna go on my database and I'm gonna be first I gotta break down his gene, this Down syndrome gene. I'm gonna break this down, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how many people have this amount, or the closest people have his exact amount. So if he had 1%, 2%, 3%, no, he can't have three because that would make him an Asian or some shit. But if he got 1 or 2% or some dot percent, one dot, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up everybody with that percent, and it's gonna tell me right where to put his ass at. Right. So you so then after that, I find out what percent he have, and but then some of these DNA tests places. I'm breaking up. Okay, testing. Can you hear me? I'm back. Okay. Yeah. So some of these DNA tests they can go a little further, and what they try to do is they try to put you in a tribe. So what they do is they already placed you on the monopoly board in Cameroon, right? If that's even is that a thing? That is a thing in Cameroon. I hope I'm saying it right. In Cameroon or somewhere in West Africa or whatever. So you got your 2% or you got your certain percent, and the most people that carry that same percent is gonna come in this area. So it might be a real broad area, and it might just be West Africa. But now they gotta take West Africa and they gotta shorten it down to a little tribe or to a little group of people. So now they put you okay. These people carry this percent. So now they go inside the gene and they break it. They break it down even farther, and they can see okay well, um, they got different materials and different ways that they can go inside and then break it down even farther. And this is why some of them can even get you a tribe because they're remember, it's a monopoly game that they're playing with genetics, bro. That's all they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's how they can get you your tribe. So now when it comes to now when it comes, you know what I'm saying, and they got other genetic traits too. Now this is why it's not a scam, because there's a little bit of truth in it, a tiny bit. This is why the reporter told Rick Kittles, he said, yeah, it's only a little bit of truth, and he said and he said, yeah, but we got the best database, and the little bit of truth, we got the best database. And she said, well, even though it's a little bit of truth, it's still very tiny in the scope of things. You see, it's still very tiny in the scope of things, because what they're not telling you is that certain DNA tests give you different results. So I can take a Y chromosome and I can do 9 different tests and I can get 9 different answers. I can take another. Did I say chromosome? I don't know what the hell to call it, but whatever it is, I could take the nuclear and I can give it 9 different tests and give it 9 different results. This is why it's such a minute amount of information, because you can find what you want to find. It just depends on how you're testing it. So if I want you to come back out the Leviticus, I can go in there and find some of that, bro. I just got to figure out the proper combination to get it. You see what I'm saying? If I want you to come back a tulip, all I gotta do is figure out the proper combination and the right things to abstract, and I could make you some kin to a tulip. I can make you some kin to anything. And this is why it's such a minute amount of information, because they're testing for a they specific monopoly. They're protesting for their monopoly game. And everybody knows this, but our educated people, they really think that they had a grandmother or some shit there, and they don't really understand that they done abstract a retarded gene out of you, and just fucking split you up on a monopoly board. You see what I'm saying? So 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 then they can take this gene. So now they place you in Africa because they know how much of the gene you carry. Now they can you know what I'm saying, they can mix and match you anywhere you want to. And don't forget, they also use genealogy. There's come something called the 1930 census and the 1920 census. And so on the 1930 census and the 1920 census, all your brothers and sisters, all your great great grandmothers and their brothers and sisters is right there. It's right there. It's going to tell you. And so it's going to also say their race as well. So if they find some of your family members, shout out to Quawa, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to A New Breed. They helped me with my genealogy. You know what I'm saying? I gave them my name. I gave them my father's name. Yeah, my father's name. I gave them my father's birthday. I gave them my mother's name, my mother's birthday, and I gave them my grandparent here and there, and they was able to back me up. So now when you go on my genealogy, they got my whole family. How did they do that without DNA, bro? I got cousins and shit. All in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? I got cousins all there in the, you know what I'm saying? My family originated in Louisiana. Shout out to Louisiana, my Louisiana country ass people. You know what I'm saying? My bad. You know what I'm saying? So I got roots down there. You know what I'm saying? And how was they able to do that? They was able to do that not using genealogy. They was able to do some of that just simply doing some searching on the census. You see what I'm saying? It's not magical, bro. They took a retarded gene out of us and they just measured a retard. I mean, I ain't gonna say retarded gene. They just took a gene out of everybody and just measured it. Now, this is now part one. I'm gonna explain the Europeans and where they come from, and it ain't got nothing to do with no Yaku. Ain't no Yaku. Um, but actually, matter of fact, not where they come from, where one species of them come from. See, where we get it at is we the way our logic works, we think everything works one way all across the world. But I count three different species of Europeans. There's three different species of them. There is not one whole total species. There's three different species of them. And I'm going to break down one other species um next time on DNA Genealogy Exposed Monopoly Genetics Part 1. I'm gonna break down where they come from. Now, keep in mind, their whole goal is to put themselves on this planet and also to put themselves in Europe. And every time you mention Australopithecus, you just put them right where they belong, bro. And you just made yourself a prototype. We're not prototypes. We're not the first human. We're the only humans. The only. Everybody else is some type of retarded gene that we carry, and in some kind of way it tried to fix itself, and then next thing you know, voila. It's not that magical. It's not that mythical. There's no special scientist that was in Egypt and he had a laboratory and all this, bro. It was a retarded gene, bro. We still carry it today. And if you get a Down syndrome baby and another Down syndrome baby, and you keep them mixing, man, who knows what even this should have probably happened today. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that weird. So next time I'm gonna break down the Europeans. I don't want to go into one species of them today. No, I don't want to go into that today because I want to save that for another time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag the Kodaks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break down where the Europeans come from. I'm gonna do that on my channel. But this one today we're gonna go in a little bit into the Asians. You see what I'm saying? And so there you go, folks. The Asians come from a weirdo gene that we carry, and we honor this gene as if it was some type of magic or some type of special child or some type of holy gift or some shit. We looked at it like it was some holy gift or something holy or some shit, and not knowing that we were fucking up our babies, eating that stupid ass shit. We was enhancing our chances of having Down syndrome babies and having weirdo babies. And when you get enough weirdo babies together and they get together, their genes are going all over the place, and you know what I'm saying? Remember, all the genes is all in us. The only thing is that certain things you have to activate them. There's nothing that nobody have that we don't have. The only thing, but that might be some weirdo shit out there. But you know what I'm saying. If we can activate it in us and chances and logic, we can have some blonde hair, blue eyes. We can have all this shit. But the thing is that it has to be activated, and it's not activated on no normal everyday person just having an everyday baby. You see what I'm saying? And so, but this gene is how they slice you up on a monopoly board. Now, there is some type of truth in it because you do have that gene. And that gene does show up in some little skull or some old ass shit or some old ass shit over there, or they placed it over there. Now keep in mind, they placed it over there, you know what I'm saying, because they ain't found all the skulls yet. Keep in mind, they ain't found all the skulls yet. So they ain't got all the skulls in the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got them all. So they just took the material, but they got the monopoly board that they needed. So this is why it doesn't change. Technology change every like 3 something weeks. Technology change. Why come theirs haven't? They still got the same story. They still got the same story as Darwin. That Neo Darwin. They still got the same story as Darwin. You know what I'm saying? In 1950, they cracked that open. 1954, they have all the stuff about genetics. By the time 2007 came along, man, they don't crack that. Man, they don't crack that shit all up. And the stuff that they're teaching y'all is old and outdated. It is super outdated. Okay, very outdated. It's gone. It's outdated. We out here. So now, anybody got any questions, man? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to open up the lines for a couple seconds, because I want to, have a little dialogue. So I want people to understand what I'm saying, and it's not for you to go and tell your kids, oh man, that's where Asians come from. It's just supposed to, for you to understand certain, just to understand it. That's all. Take it where you wanna. I just want to take you, just understand it, and you can take it whatever the hell you're gonna do with it. But it has nothing to do with your schooling, or nothing like that. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go ahead and put the number out there. We're gonna see if we probably gonna take some calls or something. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Let me see. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Let me get this phone number real quick. I gotta call myself. Let me see. And then we can go from there. Okay? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's take some calls. And so yeah, so that's how they playing everybody. And these weirdos don't understand it, and they don't get it. You see, when it's time to exterminate you, they definitely using old fashioned looking shit. But when it's time to divvy up the land and give us our reparations and give us what we need, oh no, you know what, A1B1 put you over there, and E1EG, that population genetics and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that's the little math that they do have. And they math is solid, but their technique exposes their motive, because you can use different math. You can use different math any way you can use math any way you want to, but they do have some. And that's why I always go for the math, because you know why? The cure is in the code. So there go the lines right there. There go the number right there. You know what I'm saying? If we can, what I'm saying, younger people, older people, whoever, there go the number right there. I'm gonna go ahead and probably shouldn't put that on the screen. You can go ahead. You do not want to have, some widow honking and screaming and talking weird stuff. Uh, 765 400. Test, test. Okay, we back. We back. So okay, hold on. Testing. Here we go. Here we go. We good. Let me bring me up. Testing. There we go. Testing, testing, testing. And so, man, don't let these weirdos cloud your judgment. They don't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, they don't know what they talking about, because they too sunk. They too sunk into the system to actually understand what's going on, and they don't understand that these people got us on a monopoly board, and they splitting us up with genetics and shit, trying to ration out the land. And they want to tell you, oh, you this and you that, and then they got a nerve to have a genetic card, bro. Like, that's not weird. Like, people walking around like, yeah, man, I'm finna get my Indian blood. Like, nigga, you got a genetic card, bro? Like, nigga, you playing Monopoly, nigga? You know what I'm saying? It's weirdo. And so they use the education to make their weirdo stuff normalized to us. And now we're going around talking about, oh yeah, natural selection and random mutation. Man, you just explained a pregnant Caucasian, bro. They got natural selection and random mutation every time they have a baby. You see what I'm saying? And if you one of those weirdos that say, well, everybody do, man, you playing, bro. You know what I'm talking about. We have a baby. We know what a normal baby look like. A normal baby have dark hair and dark eyes. You know what I'm saying? And we know that baby got that. When if any pregnant women, any pregnant sisters out there, we know that. But you know, once they get pregnant, you know that shit that's random. Let's come back. Shut up! I got a surprise. I got a surprise for the family too. I ain't gonna do it right now, but yeah. So we got some more stuff gonna be coming up. Yeah, yeah. Y'all know where the family at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow or I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna break down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break down where white people came from, and I know a lot of people got experiments and all types of stuff. Man, it ain't nothing but a weird ass gene that was just that was just over exploded. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the number out there. If we ain't got no calls, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But I want people to understand and don't let these weirdos take you off your square with all this normalizing this weird ass shit. You gonna normalize something turning white and then it turn black and then it turn white again. They gonna make it normal and shit. Oh yeah, it was a monkey, it was a pink monkey, then it turned black skin and then it went up there and then it turned white again. And then I got all these fancy words with no math in it. I just got a whole bunch of fancy words that I'ma sell it to you, bro. You sound weird. I'm sorry, it's weird. The education system failed you. You have to give it up. You failed. You're domesticated. You think your logic and your reasoning is domesticated. And it's not our fault. Blame whoever you want to. But we going to keep it real. And if you give me your genetics, I can do the same thing. I pull out the retarded gene. I see how much you got. Oh, you got the retarded gene? You ain't got the retarded gene? Oh, okay. Well, you tried to trick me then. That's a turtle or some shit. Okay? I do it, you know what I'm saying? I do a specific DNA test for a specific reasoning to get a specific outcome. And a specific outcome is to place you on the monopoly board. And when people get their genealogy test, they look at the world and they see these little dots and shit on a monopoly, like it's monopoly and shit. Oh yeah, I had a cousin. Yeah, there was some European in there, and there was some type of uh Spanish in there from Spain and blah 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 blah. Bro, they just took your retarded gene and they just spit it up. That don't mean you literally have an actual grandmother there. Everybody in the planet has that gene. They just made a monopoly board. They made a monopoly last game that they made, and they can play it with anybody. And they took your genetics and they played the game and they got an answer from it. And now they got an answer. You going around talking about you African. You giving away a whole planet for a continent. You weird ass niggas. Ain't no 60,000-year-old recessive dude walking around and with some you know what I'm saying, on some cave in the middle of winter. They made that up, man. God, well, if there was some people, they look like us. Some little guineas or some little pygmies or some little some whatever they was us. Whatever they found over 9,000, that was you. And one day, actually, you know what? You gone. Probably you probably don't. You ain't gonna even believe it. But those of us who know what's up? We out here. You know what I'm saying? We got Libra Sun in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and put the number in there one more time. Anybody want to call in? Y'all can go ahead and call in. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Everything should be understood. You know what I'm saying? We hour 45 minutes or something. So we out here. And if it's something you don't understand and some questions you got, ask them right now. Rabba dabba do. Right. They made that up. They put the cartoon out there for you. They got a gene named after it. And guess what? That same retarded gene, guess what? It's the intelligent gene, bro. What's the odds of that? What's the odds of a retarded gene being the actual gene that give you that that makes you smart. Tell me that ain't them all the way, bro. Tell me that ain't them all the way. You know what I'm saying? If somebody call it, that ain't tell me that ain't them all the way. Like, we go take they retarded gene, and then we gonna turn it intelligent. So that way Busy be out there, you out there, we out there. Go ahead and check us out, man. The cure is in the code, and it's always going to be in the code, and it's going to forever be in the code. So anytime they come with this, just ask them, produce your math. Look at their math. You get their motive, you get their number, and you can tell a lot about them. So those of you who are out there playing population genetics, there is some truth in it. There is some truth in there for you. And the little monopoly board that they put you on, you know, go get your land, bro. Go get your crown. What the brothers say? Go get your throne. Go over there and get your throne. No, I'm really here. I'm really here. See that? See that right there? Yeah, I'm right here. Ain't no green screen over here. I'm right there. I'm not sleeping on that bed. My room is next door. Nah, yeah, I got a little green screen. Yeah, I got a little green screen. But it's finna get greener. I'm finna amp it up. But I don't want to tell all our business right here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna tell it on my channel, and then it's finna get crucial. So ain't no callers coming in. I just want to make sure I ain't forget nothing. I do want to say, make sure to watch out for the weirdos. We already got a book on them. We already got their number. We got their book. So we already know that that nobody want to talk information with you. Okay, hold on one second. We got a call coming in from the 770. Hold on. Let me make sure I get you on so people can hear you real quick. Let me see. 770.
It's Auntie.
This is Auntie. Okay. Hold on, Auntie. Let me make sure they can hear you. Oh, testing. They got you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Halito.
How you doing?
Halito. Oh, I'm wonderful. Halito, OTO, y'all. I love you guys.
This is from
Long
People's Town.
time.
This is from People's
Long
Town.
time. Yes, I had to call in because it is in the cold tie. You're
It's
so true about it. Listen, y'all, I got an investigating going on right now about my ancestors that I have found graves. The last auntie was buried there was in 73. And I'm talking about since 1970 back, okay? And they are in the woods. They are graves in the woods. And they are hiding them from us. I'm telling you, and we got 4 grave sites that I'm looking at right now. I have called the governor's office and the mayor's office. I have put in 2 complaints for this cemetery. Listen, it's a famous cemetery too, where all the great Atlanteans are buried. They got my ancestors in the woods, y'all, and I am pissed, okay? Because I know they're hiding us. This is proof. They're hiding us. Go get my ancestors. Go pull them out the grave. I got the death certificates. I got the proof of where they're buried at. But they got them hiding in the woods. Now, there's another Caucasian that has just cleaned out some land right here up the street from me. And she said, I was so happy when she said, I said, well, who were they? She said, they was African-American slaves. I said, yeah, thank you. Because we wasn't slaves, okay?
right.
And Ty, I got another thing I'm going to send you, and you can put it wherever you want to put it. The other night, I had to talk to one of my so-called little white cousins called me to tell me about the slaves that was on her great-grandfather's plantation. Now, hey, I had to stop her in her tracks and ask her where she was from. She said, oh, I'm from Ireland and Britain. I said, yeah, right. And I had to let her know. You were the Slavs. Oh, I'm gonna send it to you. 10 minutes. Good stuff. Good stuff.
We're gonna
I just
air it.
had
We're
to
gonna
let
air it.
y'all know.
How'd you
It's
figure out?
in there.
How'd you make the connection that they was your ancestors? Can you tell us that?
Come on, that's in the grave over there?
Yeah. How'd you make that connection?
Because I know where all my ancestors are buried at. I have them all.
So they said on a certificate.
Yes, it tells
God.
me where they're buried at on all death certificates. It tells you where your ancestors are buried at. See,
Mm.
and most of the death certificates on Ancestry. And do y'all know who created Ancestry.com?
Who?
Okay? The Mormons, the Latter day Saint folks, the ones who got the records.
I heard
Go
that.
figure.
I heard that.
Go
Yeah,
figure.
yeah. Whoever made that rumor up or whatever, that's starting to.
No,
I'm
I
starting to
did the
believe it.
research and I got it right here. I just pulled it. I got it right here to tell you that they made this place up and they got all our documents. So, okay, and all on Ancestry, you can look and pull up your dead ancestors' birth death certificate. Do you know they say they worth money? Okay, come on, y'all. But we gotta pay to get our freedom. These people got us in a trap. Well, we got to pay to get our freedom. Get your death certificate. Look up the social security numbers of your dead ancestors and put them in GMEI. And see, ain't they still got trust wide open, y'all? I'm telling y'all, these people got us bent. It's time to wake up and come on, let's do this.
And the
Let's
cure's
do
in the
this.
code.
The
Follow the
cure
numbers.
is in the code.
Follow the
I
numbers.
relinquish the mic.
Follow the numbers. That's Georgia right there. She got the southeastern region. So those of you who down there in the southeastern region, you know what I'm saying. She's gonna be holding it down there. You know what I'm saying. They already got People's Town. They already got some good stuff going on. You know what I'm saying. We ain't gonna talk about it right here because we just want to get in, get out. But yeah, we out here. We out here. And the cure is in the code, y'all. For real. For real. You'll get it one way or another. You out?
You mean I'm here? I'm here. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
right here, just looking at it. I'm just looking at you, and listening at you. I'm like, man, this is dope, man. We just got so much work to do. Y'all know I'm still sitting down. I'm still sitting down, y'all. It's a reason for it, and I'm using it wisely. But I got to get out of this house. The man told me $500 for my car, and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. I'm still putting parts on it though, you know. So. But when I get out of here, y'all, I'm running. I'm looking for you. I'm coming looking for all y'all. Where you
They coming
at?
to you. They coming to you. Yep.
Hey, we're going to meet up somewhere in the middle,
November
somewhere.
2nd.
We're going to do this, y'all.
November 2nd. People's Town.
Oh man,
But we gon'
I'm so excited.
yeah, we gonna keep that. We gonna keep that on the other channel. We gonna keep that between us. But yeah,
That's what's up. That's
yeah.
what's
Those
up.
of you who, you know what I'm saying, who downloads the declaration, who understand what's going on and what's about to take place right in front of you, um, don't be fooled by the Thai data. I'm the math guy. Oh man, I'm gonna be. But man, we out here, bro. For real, for real.
We are him. We
Yep.
are him. We are him. Yeah, we are him.
Yep. So yeah. Yeah. So did you understand a little bit what I'm saying about how they playing Monopoly with the
Oh,
genetics?
most definitely.
Okay.
Most
Okay.
definitely. Peace, Libra son. Love you, my man.
Libra in the
Did y'all
building.
see the Did y'all see the document that Cab called itself put on the other day with the four chiefs talking, telling
No.
us who we are? See, they down here. They talking about Yamasee. Yamasee is my community, man. That's what I'm talking about. The last Freeman community is my community. People, stop. They listen, y'all. All y'all need to be there for real. We need to show them who we are in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And we can have that on the inside and don't say a mumbling word. And we ain't coming no March either, of course. Of course. Not a March. Not a March.
Right.
What's
Right.
up, Dizzy? Chad? All y'all, I love you guys.
Be
Peace and love.
be busy
Peace and
down there.
love.
Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. So the southeastern region that's
Ain't
down.
nobody came to see about me yet, man. They ain't came to see about Mama Keith up here in this hole yet. But I'm gonna get closer back to the city very soon. It's just in the making. Just in the making.
Yup, those of y'all in that southeast, who we got? We got Florida, West Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Kansas, South Carolina, North Carolina.
Wow.
That little Tennessee, that whole
Wow.
little area around there. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up.
Wow. 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 Got work to do, y'all.
Yup. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I just want to make
All
sure
right, love. Thank
you know what I'm
you.
saying. We understand that might be, and then anybody else want to call. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Um, I got some man. I got
I'm
woo
gonna hang
wee.
up so you can have your line open.
All right, all right.
Peace and love.
Yeah, peace,
Mhm.
love. Yeah. So there we go. We got a lot of work to do. So um, I just can't stress the fact, bro. Uh, don't don't get twisted by the dog the neo Darwin religion, bro. Okay, because the stuff they're talking about got real little odds to it that's ridiculous. They have very huge numbers, so they have nothing left but to believe in them. And because it's possible, that makes them think, oh it happens. But if you got one out of 7 trillion, and you trying to bank on that, that's a belief. Okay, so while people is caught up in belief, so they tangled up in the belief and this domesticated education, and so they double gone, like something is really wrong with them. It's not funny because you know what I'm saying, but it's hard to deal with them because they hate us. I mean, let's keep it real. They hate us. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. And some of us probably hate them too, but I ain't got no hate. I don't need to talk about, you know what I'm saying, get nothing like that. And so we in a twisted situation, and we in a twisted day and age. And those of us who's out here, man, just man, we gotta be out here for real, for real. And man, we all leading the charge, and whatever's happened to the analytics is through the roof. So shout out to all the new people. We out here, you know what I'm saying? Um, and don't be fooled by the language. Don't be fooled by the language, by the domain. You can see them coming a mile away by the domesticated language, and they never want to deal with information. Okay? Oh well, this is where you get that from. This is who said it first. The white man said it, and this man said it. Well, what about the data though? Is it true or not? It doesn't matter if one, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who said it. It doesn't matter where it came from. All that matters is if it's true or not. If a Pokemon came from the sky and told it to you, or aliens came something and told you to it, what what's more important? Then is it true or not, or who told it to you? And this is how you cut them off every time. You gotta the cure's in the code. You gotta stick to the code. I know that's pretty cliche, and some people might, what I'm saying, spice one and all that other shit. Like I'm talking about some different stuff. I'm talking about man. Let me get out of here, man. I'm out of here. Peace. The cure's in the code, y'all.
the code, cause the time is good as gold. The code, cause the cure is in the code. The code, the time is good as gold.